Catcher for the National League squad, Johnny Bench, the Hall of Famer, joins us now on MLB Network, who went yard in that game, along with Hank Aaron. I can't imagine the memories you have from that special day in your career.
Well, it was special, Greg, but I will. One of my most favorite days of all time was when I was in Atlanta, and Henry walked up, and I called him Henry for all of his life. Every time I saw him, it was Henry, and he walked up to home plate, and he leaned the bat up against his leg, and he took the helmet. And he put the, over the soft hat, he put his helmet. And he said, "How you doing, John?" And it was one of the most memorable times in all of my career. Henry Aaron saying hello to me, and I'm 20 years old, 19 years old. And it was like that for my entire career with Henry, to be in the locker room with him, to be at a Gold Glove Award banquet, just to see him. And every time, and it was just almost a beaming smile every time he saw me. And it meant so much to me. And I was never afraid of Henry. I was never afraid of Henry. How can I say that? I was afraid of McCovey. Henry Aaron, all he did was 40 home runs and more than 30 for 11 years. And if you take away his home runs, he still has 3,000 hits. But the person himself, I was talking to Bob Uecker today, who turned 87. And you spent a lot of time with Henry, and he talked about how hard it was on Henry to have to get the hate mail and have to go through the things. And it was left up to Bob to spend a lot of time with Henry and be with him, and the hurt that was there. But the man himself was so special to all of baseball, to baseball fans. I don't care about colors. I mean, I've never seen color on a field. And Henry was one of the finest people I've ever known. And I hated the fact that he went through what he went through. But the way he presented himself, and the day number 714 was hit, and I stood at home plate and I shook his hand. And I've got a picture hanging in my office, Greg, of him sliding into home. And he said, "John, would you get the hell out of the way?"
Johnny, if you don't mind, I would love to talk about one of my favorite stories of the past 12 months. There's been so much death, unfortunately. I mean, 10 Hall of Famers passed away over the past 13 months. The story that is attached to you warmed my heart and anybody that loves this game. You have two young sons that you're going to look ahead and try to come up with ways to pay for their college, which is really expensive. Trust me, my daughter's a senior in high school. I'm going through it right now. And you put up all your memorabilia up for auction. And that decision to do it, was it a painful one for you?
Well, it was made easier by other players that had done it, and it was a look at counting the number of World Series rings and the Hall of Fame trophies, and it's three boys, and what do you do? And when Bob Gibson said, I just divided them up because they started having some quarrels about who gets what and what, and the most easiest way, I thought the best way, was to share my stuff, and it was a total commit with my older son Bobby, that his commitment was the fact that we should share this with other people, and it's a chance for us to get financially in a good shape to make sure the boys have great colleges and great start to their lives.
And with that said, I want to bring in another guest to this interview, your longtime friend, Alan Horowitz, who bought all of your memorabilia worth over $1 million, by the way, without you knowing, and gave it back to you. Alan joins us now. Johnny, we'll be back in that seat in a second. Alan, first off, oh, there it is. He's holding some of his memorabilia right now. Johnny, what are you holding?
It's the sixth man.
Oh, I love that. There he is. Alan, describe your friendship with Johnny. How long have you guys been pals?
Oh, my God, it goes back to 1967. That's 54 years. 54 years.
What went through your mind when you found out that Johnny was auctioning off all of his personal memorabilia to help pay for his son's eventual college education?
There was no way that was going to happen. There was just no way it was going to happen. He worked too hard. I saw it firsthand how hard he worked. 16 years in spring training, all-star games, World Series. There was just no way collectors were going to get those items, and his family was not going to get. There was just no way. That's the way I felt as soon as I heard it.
Fast forward, if you can, Alan, to the day Johnny found out that you were the one that bought everything. What did he say to you? How emotional was that moment?
Well, the only hint I gave him, and clue, was a white-haired Jew from where? From Philadelphia? No, just a white-haired Jew, I think it was.
I think it was old.
He has to bring that up. I'm still 4 years older than him. I was 4 years older than him when I was 23, and I'm 4 years older with him now that I'm 77. Unfortunately, he never caught up. But yeah, that's right. It was a white-haired old Jew. That's what it was.
Johnny.
And he called me right away, and he said, "Yo, am I barking up the wrong tree or the right tree?" And I said, "You're barking up the right tree." He hit it right on the head. Yep.
I mean,
that's what.
Johnny, we all have friends, but man, Alan's a great friend to have. Holy smokes! When you found out,
I cried like a baby, Greg. I cried like a baby. I mean,
that's the one thing I've never seen him that emotional. That was the most emotional moment I've ever, in 54 years, I've ever seen him. Absolutely. And John's always been like unfortunately, I have to say an older brother. I'd like to say younger, but I've always felt like I'm an older brother to him. And when I heard that those items were going, he just worked too hard for him. I saw it firsthand. There was just no way that anybody was going to get them other than him and his family. There was just no way. I didn't care what it was. And I worked very close with David Hunt, the auctioneer. And John can tell you the rest, what happened when he found out and all that.
Well, I mean, after the tears and everything else, and there's been 2 or 3 times that when people bring it up, but all of those items that he's bought and gave back to us and to share with the, there's going to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, the Reds Hall of Fame, the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, my Binger Museum, and the Sluggers Museum. All of those will be on display, and we'll actually rotate those to several areas, but interchange them, so that all the fans can see them and see what a World Series ring, look what a MVP trophy looks like, and see what some of the things I achieved in my career. But this is fantastic. He's a wonderful man, and all the people that know him in Philadelphia will say the same thing. He's working on a $100 million project in Philadelphia now for inner city kids and for at-risk kids. He puts his money where his mouth is. I mean, he'll just say that. If he believes in something, he's going to do it.
Well, guys, it's one of my favorite stories of the past 12 months, and we needed it. Johnny Bench, Alan Horowitz, thank you so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate it.
Can you tell Alan and I who's in the Hall of Fame? Can you announce that now? Because it's snowing, and I actually want to be in Cooperstown, but thank you all for having us. And Alan,
I'm in
I love you, man.
the Hall of Fame in Philadelphia. I don't Did you know that, John?
The old Hall of Fame, yes, I know.
Jewish old man, the Hall of Fame, yeah.
And we need Alan in studio for a couple of days. It'd be a fun couple of shows.
Hey, you pay good money?
Yeah, day rate's not bad.
Okay, you got me.
Alan, Johnny, that was fun. Thank you so much.
Love you, John. Love you.
Love you, man. Thank you.